Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Triana Zebriana and for my star number is 255304202. Here, I want to tell you guys about my honest review from the book that I read is Rich Dad Poor Dad. So, have you ever wondered why some people work incredibly hard but never seem to have enough money? While others seem to work less but their wealth keeps growing? Well, that's exactly the question I found answer to while reading Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. In this video, I'm going to give you my honest review from these aha moments that I left to the part that left me a bit confused and even the section that I found a little dry. Let's dive in. So, first, for the part that I liked most. The best part of this book is how it simplifies finance. Most of us think a good job is the ultimate goal. But Kiyosaki argues that financial literacy is the real key. My favorite concept was the definition of assets versus liabilities. An asset puts money in my pocket. A liability takes money out of my pocket. This sounds simple, right? But it's actually a hook reality check. Most people think their car or their house is an asset, but Kiyosaki explains that if it costs you money every month or maintenance and taxes, it's a liability. This was my aha moment because it made me realize that to be wealthy, I need to focus on buying things that generate income, not just things that look cool. Secondly, the confusing or questionable parts. There were some parts that are even confusing or even a bit questionable. For example, Kiyosaki is very critical for traditional education system. He says school just train us to be good employers rather than employers. While I get his point, as a student, it's a bit scary to hear. It makes me wonder if I'm learning the right things. He says the primary reason people struggle financially is because they spent years in school but learn nothing about money. It means he's not saying drop out of schools, but he's warning us that a diploma isn't get rich. He's pushing the idea that we need to educate ourselves outside of the classroom. To me, this was a bit stressful to hear, but it's also like a wake-up call to start read more book like this one. For the most uninteresting or dry parts, if I'm being 100% honest, not every page was a page turner. There were some chapters that felt a bit dry and difficult to follow. For me, the most uninteresting part were the long technical details about tax laws and real estate from 1990s. Since I'm a student and not exactly buying apartment buildings yet, those parts felt like a little dead and hard to stay focused on. However, the mindset behind those chapters, learning how to use the rules of the game to your advantage, is still very a valuable lesson. So, is Rich Dad Poor Dad worth the hype? Yes, but with a grain of salt. You shouldn't take every single piece of advice as a rule, but you should definitely listen to the core message. Just like he says, the rich don't work for money, they have money work for them. It means shifting your goal from how can I get a high salary to how can I build a business or an investment that pays me while I sleep. Overall, this book was a 4 of 5 for me. It's a bit repetitive, but it definitely changed how I look at every dollar I spent. Thanks for watching my review, and I hope this helped with your financial journey. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Toodles!